Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakudash Barakathom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to Ya'akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the Brother Raya with another video, and I'll be reading from an article on RT.com titled YouTube, Gmail, and other Google services suffer outage in North America and parts of Europe. And this is just another update on the coming famine of the word, which is quickly approaching. You can see the perfect storm of things coming together with all these different pieces of internet censorship being passed around the globe, such as net neutrality in the US, ACTA 2 in Europe, as well as a viewing so-called terrorist content ban in the UK, where you could be jailed for it. And then you've had that past time when YouTube went down a couple of months ago and everybody lost their mind, and that was only for an hour. And this was another recent YouTube outage, and you'll see that people were losing their minds as well, just going to show how addicted to the internet these people are. But more importantly, it just goes to show that at any moment, things such as Google and YouTube could go out, and permanently, which it will. So right now, it's imperative for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to drink from these living waters while you still can, before it's too late. You can't get this word anymore, and Jacob's trouble pops off, and you're out here like a chicken with its head cut off looking for this truth, which you won't find. Let's get into this article. Google services, including YouTube, Gmail, and Snapchat, were down for several hours on Sunday afternoon. The U.S. was apparently affected the most, according to user reports. You see, the U.S. was affected the most, the place where it just so happens that most of the prophets are preaching this word. And I believe this was just another test run before they do the full plan of shutting down this internet permanently. Users complained of problems accessing services such as Gmail, YouTube, Google Drive, and the backbone of the tech giant, the search engine itself. The outage has hit the U.S. East Coast the worst, reports on downdetector.com indicate. Got all the different services here that went down. According to Google's own status dashboard, over half of its services were down, with only Google Plus and Google Cloud Search listed as working properly. Apparently, part of Google is down. I'm having trouble signing into accounts and receiving SMS messages. Google is my carrier. Is this how the world ends? As I'm writing this tweet, I see YouTube is down too. You see, you got a lot of people nervous. You got a lot of people acting, treating it like a joke. Oh, is this the world? Is this the end of the world? Expecting it to come back on in a short while. But again, eventually, when it's shut off, it's going to be shut off for good. The issue appears to be related to Google's cloud service. Its cloud dashboard indicates the problem began around 3:25 p.m. Eastern Time, according to it, and were later confirmed to be connected to a larger network issue. Reported outages of other non-Google apps reinforces the theory that the issue is related to the cloud. It powers apps other than Google's own web services. The issues were not resolved until around 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the company reported. We will conduct an internal investigation of this issue and make appropriate improvements to our system to help prevent or minimize future recurrence, the statement reads. Google users vented their frustration on other platforms as the outage affected many things, from accessing YouTube to workflow disruptions. Stu Bagel, Google is down. The apocalypse is finally happening. Shiv Cap, so I'm not the only one who's not able to open YouTube right now. The outage was perceived as a sign of doomsday, or at least the collapse of the entire internet, which is sort of the same for many, it seems. Google HQ after cloud went down. It's going to be a fire. You best believe that. got a nuclear missile in the back, a nuclear explosion. It's happening. The end of the internet is near. And if only you people really knew that the end of the internet is near, because these elites have their back against the corner. As it says in Revelation 12, verse 12, the devil has come down in great wrath because he knoweth that he hath a short time. These Edomites are the only thing they're concerned with is this truth going out, chiefly through the men of GMS, a great millstone, because these elites understand that when the true prophets of the Most High are out there bringing Israel back to its power, that whatever nation is ruling at the time is going to come to an end. They clearly don't want that. So they've got all these little pieces coming into play to form that bigger picture of internet censorship and the internet just going down in general, so they can make their move during Jacob's trouble with a state of martial law and creating all forms of chaos, so they can bring about the mandatory implementation of the mark of the beast, which is that microchip implant, to permanently cement their new world order. But again, as I said at the beginning of the video, for you Israelites out there, now is not the time to be lackadaisical with this truth, not just for the brothers putting up videos and reading and keeping in these scriptures, but for you Israelites that watch these videos and get fed by them. Take in as much as you possibly can right now, because this internet's not going to be around for too much longer. I'm going to get into some precepts. This is Amos chapter 8. I'm going to read verse 11 through 13. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh, that famine of the word. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it, because once these doors are shut, that's going to be it. Again, right now you got to make sure you have your oil ready for when the bridegroom returns, so you aren't caught like those foolish virgins that didn't have the oil and had to leave to go get oil, but when they returned, the door was already shut. Verse 13, in that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. You Israelite men and women are going to faint for thirst from not receiving these spiritual waters, because if you don't utilize this opportunity to get the truth right now, when Jacob's trouble hits, you're going to see these real famines with food and water, these race wars, these civil wars, martial law, cannibalism, all manners of madness befalling you all around. And if you don't have this truth as your center, you're going to bug out and not make it. This is Ezekiel 33, verse 30 through 33. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from Yahweh. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. They treat this truth as entertainment. The apostle elders are always making a good point that the videos that go into the Hebrew or the history get the least views, while the videos going in on the so-called black woman or having these heathens kiss Jake's foot are the ones that get the most views. You Jakes treat this truth as a joke, as a form of entertainment to kill time, but you're going to highly regret it once this famine of the word hits. For with their mouth they shew much love. Oh, Shalom Akim, yeah. Fuck the so-called white man, screw that so-called black woman. But their heart goeth after their covetousness. They don't truly take these words to heart. After they hear the men of the Lord, they go back to eating pork, smoking weed, watching football and basketball, and watching twerk videos on YouTube. Verse 32, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, and it's right around the corner. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. When they see all the things that we've been prophesying about for years come to pass, and they didn't take the chance to drink from these rivers of living water while they could, the Most High is gonna put it in their minds to remember key points we said here and there, and then be like, oh, those men truly were prophets. All these things are coming to pass. What am I going to do to save myself? It's going to be too late at that point, because you won't be able to find this word. And I'm going to close it out in 2nd Ezra chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 9. And salt waters shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit, or this truth, hide itself, and understanding which draw itself into his secret chamber, and shall be sought of by many from sea to sea and coast to coast, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth. This time of Jacob's trouble, which is going to be worse than any time before, even the times of Noah. Verse 11, one land also shall ask another and say, is righteousness that maketh the man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say, no. So again, for you Israelites out there that aren't taking this truth seriously, you better pull up your pants and have all 10 toes down, committed to understanding this truth, because it's not going to be around for too much longer. This famine of the word is right around the corner. So with this video, I hope you sincere brothers and sisters out there were edified. Drink from these rivers of living water as much as you can while you can. And as always, I'm going to say Ababa Bol Kwam Yasharala. Till next time, Shalom.